All right, we're live. All right, what's going on? It's a beautiful day out here in Huntsville. We're here to talk shoes again, these beautiful pink shoes. Today it's Brooks, specifically the family of Glycerin. So when we're talking Brooks Glycerin, you know, we're in the 23rd version of the original Brooks Glycerin. However, that line has kind of evolved into 4 different models now at this point. Which when you're coming to the store, you see the word glycerin a lot. You may think it means all the same. To some extent it does. However, there's going to be little features in each of their 4 different glycerin shoes that kind of make them all unique in their own way. So to start with glycerin, what glycerin would mean for Brooks is it's going to be a luxurious, high cushion experience. So again, we talked about on Glycerin 23. What I'll talk about first today is the Glycerin Flex. So Glycerin Flex, entirely new shoe to the line, just came in the store, 2026. It is a beautiful looking shoe that has a very unique aesthetic to it. Specifically, you can take it and completely flex it. Idea with the name. But you have that luxurious cushioning that's going to move naturally with your foot. So when we're talking who this shoe might be for, this is going to be somebody who wants cushion underneath your foot, but it has a more natural feel to the gait. Maybe somebody who calls himself a hybrid athlete, does a little gym work, running too. It is still gonna fall in that high cushion daily training category. So that's where we start. The Brooks Glycerin Flex coming in at $170, 3630, and in the ladies size 8, it is about 8 ounces. So this is gonna be the lightest and lowest stack height. Again, 36 millimeters in the heel, still pretty high shoe. But again, Glycerin's always going to be luxurious, high cushion for Brooks. So yeah, we start there with the Flex, and then we go to Glycerin Max. So we're kind of starting with the 2 newer shoes in the line. So first, Edward Glycerin Flex, second version of the Glycerin Max. So and also $170 here for the Glycerin Flex is what we're going price point wise. Yeah, so on the other end of the spectrum of the Glycerin family, Glycerin Max. So I feel like Max is a pretty self-explanatory word versus Flex. Flex is a little bit more of a unique term now to the footwear. Max we're seeing a lot. With Max, this is the highest stack height. I'm gonna have to check to see what the official stack here is. 45.39, so keeping the same lower drop, but you're all the way up to 45 stack height, pretty high for a shoe, highest of all the Brooks lines. What would be different about the Glycerin Flex, the Glycerin Max, other than the obvious stack height difference, would be the inflexibility of the Max. So where you're gonna have a more natural experience with the Flex, it's gonna move with your foot. This is gonna have a nice rocker and springiness of the toe that's going to make your foot actually work a little less. So while you have the same midsole, what they call DNA tuned, underneath your foot, the science behind it and how they design these shoes, this one makes you roll, so your foot actually works a little less. That's where these are on opposite ends of each other. And so, again, still Glycerins, $200 here. So more shoe, a little bit more price point here. Now, if these are too much bells and whistles, that's where we can really simplify things for you. And we're going to meet somewhere in the middle with Glycerin 23 and Glycerin 23 GTS. So we're going 3830 stack height. So a little bit higher heel to toe drop, more traditionally built shoe. Luxurious, cushiony step in. The difference between the 23 and 22 would be that we got 2 more millimeters of foam at the midsole. That's the only midsole difference. It's the exact same foam underneath your foot. So if you like the 22s, I think this is a great evolution into the 23. And then your only difference between the 23 Glycerin and the 23 GTS is going to be the guide rail. So who is the guide rail for? It's going to be for somebody who is looking for a little bit more guidance, specifically on the medial side, you have this bigger rail here and then a little bit of one on the lateral side. I like to use the word confidence too. So sometimes somebody might be more confident knowing that their shoe gives them a little bit more guidance. Kind of like if you're going bowling and you want the bumpers on the side, you get just a little bit of motion control, mild stability on top in the GTS. I think these are definitely great to meet somewhere in the middle between your Flex and Max. And then yeah, you get the Flex at 170, Glycerin 23, 175, Glycerin GTS 180, Glycerin Max 200. So they all kind of build on top of each other, but the DNA tune is the same in all the shoes. It all just performs a little different.